Invite everyone to come into the sanctuary and those online to find a comfortable position. Thank you so much for our new music. And look at all the energy that's in the room this morning. All right, I'm going to invite everyone to stand as we sing our first congregational song.
And we're going to generate a lot of joy. Joy is a superpower. So when we get to the end of the song, you can send your joy and send your love out to whoever really needs it, out to the universe, to your neighbor. Joy is a superpower. Joy is a superpower. Joy is the superpower. Joy is a 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 superpower. May I choose to celebrate today. That's the format. We're going to do that again. Joy is a superpower. 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 May I choose to celebrate today. Love is eternal power. 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 May I choose to be in love today. We're going to do that one more. Love is eternal power. 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 May I choose to be in love today. So we're going to slow it down a little bit and say, in peace I am complete. 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 May I choose to live in peace today. Love is a superpower. Here we go. Love is a superpower. 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 May I choose to be in love today. Oh, I put those two together. We're going to do joy is a superpower for closing. And we're going to send our love out from the heart. Joy is a superpower. 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 May I choose to celebrate with my brothers and my sisters. From the heart. Send it out. From the heart. Greet your neighbor. From the heart. Greet another neighbor. From the heart. Send the love out where it's needed. From the heart. From the heart. Out into the universe. Into the world. From the heart. From the
Oh, thank you so much, Kalyani. Oh, how blessed we are. All right, well, now that I have all of your attention, let me say good morning again. Good morning and welcome to the Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. Whether you are joining us here in the sanctuary or you are part of our online community, let me simply say, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. My name is Karen Blakely. I go by Rev K, and I am a staff minister here. I also want to share that Rev Mitch is sending his love. His healing process is going really well, and he's very hopeful he'll be able to be back with us next week. So he says thank you for all of the kind words and all of the prayer and all of the support that he has felt all of you in his heart during this time. So let's just go ahead and we're all going to turn around, we're going to rub our hands together, and let's just send him some extra love and say hello to our online community as well. All right, and now we're up to the point where we can release the kids. I see at least one. I think we've got Rose in here. Is she going back today? We can go ahead and we're going to rub our hands together one more time. And let's just send a little love. We've got Jerry Lynn back there. All right, Rosa. She seems like she's still waking up a little bit this morning, huh? All right, well, we're just knowing that our kids program is growing and thriving every day, and we are so grateful for everyone who is a part of that process. Every Sunday, we like to start off with who we are and what we believe. We are a supportive, inclusive, spiritual community that celebrates all of life. And we do this as we aspire to live authentic spiritual lives through the practical applications of the teachings of science of mind. That's a pretty big topic, so we boiled it down to these 4 top kind of high-level summaries for you. Number 1 is that all thought is creative and influential. If you are thinking about it, you are already putting into that invisible source that we call spirit, that blueprint for experiencing that in your life. So that's the good news and the bad news, right? Number 2 is that there is only God. That anything we see, hear, taste, touch, feel is God to the degree that we're willing to accept it into our lives. And so that means that all evil and devilishness can start and stop with our mind, because that light within us always illuminates the darkness, right? When we walk into a room, if you turn on that inside light, all the darkness disappears. The same is true right in here. And that leads us to number 3, is that everything is either a call for love or an expression of love. And it's always so wonderful when we can feel that expression of love. But to remember in those challenging situations, or when you come up with a challenging situation or perhaps person in your life, that too can be a call for love. And how can you stand and be more embodying of love as a principle in that situation? And number 4, last but not least, is that right where you are. No matter what you were told when you were little, or what happened last week, no matter what that little voice in your head says, you are whole, perfect, and complete. Just as you are right now in this very minute. Let's breathe that in. Oh, that's one of my favorites. One of my other favorite things to do is to welcome in new visitors. And so if you are here for the first or second time and you're feeling comfortable, would you please just raise your hand so we can welcome you in? All right, we've got a couple of new people here and one year. And whether you are joining us online as a new person or you're here in the sanctuary, we do have some welcome packets for you. You can also get more information and sign up for our email list, and online when you go to sierracenter.org, you'll see a pop-up that comes up. You want to go there after service, not now. And it'll let you sign up for our newsletter as well. All right, at this time I want to invite Linda up for our candle lighting ceremony. We light this candle to celebrate the unity of all people, all faiths, all beings, and all life. honoring the infinity of oneness as all creation seen and unseen. This candle reminds us of the light of Spirit within each one of us. Sometimes we have to work a little harder to shine our light, but it still shines brightly. Perfect. Yay. Thank you so much, Linda. Yeah, it's okay. Look at that. I love it. All right, we also want to remind you that we are a praying community. If there is something on your mind or weighing on your heart or something you want to celebrate, we want to join you in that. And so in the seat back pockets, you'll find this beautiful lavender prayer request form, and you can fill that out and place it in the box that's just to the left of the door. And then one of our practitioners can reach out to you if you would like. I am also the practitioner of the day today, and so I am available after service for prayer support. And if you were part of our online community, you're going to go back to that same website, sierracenter.org, and click on spiritual support, and there one of our practitioners can reach out to you as well. All right, at this time I want to invite Marilyn up to read our announcements.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Marilyn Gale. I happen to be the president of the Board of Trustees for Sierra Center for Spiritual Living. So here are today's announcements. First of all, stay tuned after service for a taste of meditation and mindfulness with John Delta. Raise your hand, John. There he is, John. Okay. John was trained by Jack Cornfield and will be giving an introductory meditation experience. Tomorrow, we're going to have a sacred dance circle. Is Judy here? No, I guess not. She facilitates that, and that'll be tomorrow from 10:30 to noon. You can RSVP to Judy if you'd like. Her phone number is on the flyer. It's in the foyer. If you can get here at 10:15, that would be appreciated, and that does happen here in this room. Now we also have the North of 70 Circle, and that group is meeting this Tuesday at 10:30. This is a support and networking group offered to those 70 years and older. Meditation and mindfulness basic training with John. That's going to be held every Thursday evening here from 6 to 7:30, beginning this coming Thursday on the 13th. Also coming up this week on the 14th, the Poetry Open Mic with Rev Lanny. And it's a $10 suggested love offering. It happens in person and via Zoom, so it's a hybrid kind of thing. And we do have a flyer for Zoom link. If you're online, you can find that online. How about that? Next Sunday, on the 16th after service, Reverend Georgia Prescott will be back with her workshop, Just Say No, Hell No, to Graceful Aging. A workshop using Science of Mind principles to create a new paradigm for folks between 50 and 99 plus, to live lives of greater abundance, purpose, connection, and joy. Now, get ready to sweeten the season. We're hosting a festive bake sale on Sunday, November 23rd, just in time for Thanksgiving. If you'd like to donate baked sweet treats to help make it a success, please sign up in the foyer. And if nothing else, bring your sweet tooth and come and get something. Okay, don't miss our Thanksgiving Eve service. That's on Wednesday, November 26th from 6 to 7 p.m. A wonderful opportunity to come together as a community, express express our gratitude, and set intentions for the new year. All are welcome. This is going to be a great service to bring a friend. And I understand that the Peace Choir is going to be performing, so it's going to be fancy. Then we're also having a Thanksgiving potluck on Thanksgiving Day, Thursday. Doors open at 2 p.m. and we apparently are providing a turkey and vegan option for the main dish, and you bring your best side dish, your hearty appetite, and a warm smile for all. You can sign up in the foyer to bring a dish, or you can go online to say that you're going to show up. We're also having a Friendsgiving committee to help put on the Thanksgiving festival. And if you'd like to do that, there's a separate sign-up sheet if you want to join the group that's going to be decorating and, kind of facilitating the special Thursday Thanksgiving Day. And finally, we still have street team sign-ups. That's to help us spread the word. We're looking for volunteers to post flyers around the community. Or more information, see Devin, who's here. Okay? And that is the end of the list. Info flyers and sign-up sheets for all classes and events that I mentioned and more, located in the foyer right here. You can find Zoom links and details about all our announcements in our weekly e-newsletter and on our website, sierracenter.org. And now, yes?
Could I make a quick announcement about an AVP workshop the weekend of November 21st,
Wait,
23rd?
If you're gonna do that, come up here so people online can hear you as
Okay. Sorry, I thought that was going to be in the announcement.
Oh, sorry, missed that. Please define what that APD is.
AVP stands for Alternatives to Violence Project, and we teach creative conflict resolution. There will be a workshop here. We had one before, and you can ask people who went to it about it. It will be Friday evening, Saturday, kind of all day, and Sunday after services with a meal starting each of those.
What the day was the date?
I'm sorry?
The date?
The 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. And I'll have flyers and a sign-up sheet next time. And you can call me, get my number if you're interested. Thank you.
Or hail her after service because she's here. If you want to find out more about it, it's very fascinating and wonderful project. Okay, so finally, friendly reminder, please, if you have your cell phone with you, please make it quiet for the remainder of the service. Thank you very much.
Oh, wonderful. We have so much good going on. Like that Alternatives to Violence class is going to be great. We also have lots of Thanksgiving activities. Please be sure you don't miss any of these. It's going to be amazing. And speaking of things that are amazing, we have the amazing Kalyani here with beautiful music to share as we get another song.
Learning how
Thank you. We really appreciate always that music that sets the tone. And now is our time of inward shift. As you know, I am one of the ministers that is here, and I'm serving as our practitioner for the day. And so we're going to shift into our time of inward contemplation that'll start with an Om. And Om is really that eternal vibration of the One. It is that mantra, that primordial sound of the universe itself. Those 3 syllables that make up that energy that we call God. And so we'll ring the bowl and breathe in as we ring the bowl, and then Om, and repeat that 3 times, after which I'm going to do a short reading, and then we'll go into a moment of meditation. The reading that I brought with me today is from Mark Nepo. He is one of my most favorite poets. If you haven't had the opportunity yet, I would really recommend leaning into his work. This is called Love Like Water. Water in its clear softness fills whatever hole it finds. It is not skeptical or distrusting. It does not say this gully is too deep or that field is too open. Like water, the miracle of love is that it covers whatever it touches, making the touched thing grow while leaving no trace of its touch. Most things break instead of transform because they resist. The quiet miracle of love is that without our interference, it, like water, accepts whatever it tosses or drops or placed into it, embracing it completely. Of course, we are human and are easily hurt if not loved back or if loved poorly, but we waste so much of life's energy by deliberating who or what shall be worthy of our love, when it is the deepest elemental sense. These choices are not ours, are not in our province, any more than the rain can choose what it shall fall upon. In truth, the more we let love flow, the more love we have. Beneath the many choices we have to make, love, like water, flows back into the world through us. Please take this into our meditation time. we just breathe into this ever-present moment. For what we know is true is that there is only one. I call it God, I call it good, I call it love. And I know that it is all that there is. And so it is from this knowing of this place of love and wholeness that I speak a word for this service today. I bless every hand that made this experience possible, our guest speaker and our guest artist, knowing that it is Spirit through them making this experience happen. And I know that every person in the sound of my voice is both a blessing and is blessed. That we too are love in action. And so I just affirm and claim that that love spreads out from this space into our community, into our city, our town, across our state, and throughout the beautiful land, continuing to ripple out until it is covering the entire world and beyond. For love is that eternal substance, the essence of the one. And I am so grateful to know and speak this truth into the service this day. And so it is with a heart filled with gratitude that I simply cast this word forth into the law. I let it go, I let it be, knowing that sweet Spirit always whispers, yes, beloved ones, yes, yes, and yes. And we know this together by saying together, and so it is. All right. So we have a special treat today. We have a guest. We have one more song first. I'm going to get mixed up on my order. Kalyani,
So I have CDs I am offering to you all because they're free, and I just am sad to see these lush, well-produced CDs sitting in my container. So please help yourself. If you have friends who have CD players, or you have CD player, please help yourself. And you can leave a love offering, but it's certainly not required. This song is a sing-along song. Once you get the hang of how it's working, it's very repetitive. The meaning of the first verse is, the meaning of life is just to be alive. That's the first verse. The second verse is, as I live my life, may I not be afraid to feed my soul, to feed my soul. The third verse is, when I find myself where I don't want to be, may I find myself. That's it. So all these songs have been written the last couple months. So happy to share them with you. The meaning of life is just to be alive, just to be alive, just to be alive, be alive, be alive, be alive, be alive. That's the format. We're going to do it one more time. The meaning of life is just to be alive, just to be alive, just to be alive, be alive, be alive, be alive, be alive. When I find myself, as I live my life, may I not be afraid to feed my soul. As I live my life, may I not be afraid to feed my soul, to feed my soul, feed my soul, feed my soul, feed my soul, feed my soul. I hear some sopranos out there. just to be. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Oh, thank you, Kalyani, for sharing your gifts with us today. The CDs, yes. All right, so in pure Sierra Center style, turn to somebody and say, I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad you're here today. Bring it back. All right. So you may have noticed that we have a special guest speaker here today, and it is my honor to introduce her. Besides being a holistic registered nurse and health coach for over 3 decades, she holds master's degrees in the humanities and is a certified hypnotherapist and a Reiki master. Over the course of her nursing career, she taught healthcare classes and gave health presentations in a variety of settings and held certifications in diabetes educator, case manager, as well as hospice and a palliative care nurse. She is now twice widowed with 3 children, 4 stepchildren, and 6 grandchildren, and resides in Southern California, where she continues to be a hospice volunteer. Mary's intention in sharing her story with us today is to empower others to rediscover the healer within them and integrate their innate knowledge into daily practice so that healing can take place despite any diagnosis or prognosis. Mary believes if she can do it, others can do it too. The details of her healing process can also be found in her first book, which we happen to have copies of, so you can take her home with you as well. It is The Art of Radical Self-Care. Radical Self-Love, which is a type of self-care. Please join me in giving a warm Sierra Center welcome to Mary Joosten Lopata.
Good morning. I would like to thank Reverend Mitch and for inviting me to speak, and all of you for being here. I'm going to be speaking on the art of radical self-love, which is coincidentally the subject of my recently published book. Self-love is an art because it comes from within. It is an intensely personal experience. You can't teach someone how to love themselves. You can only give suggestions for practices that will hopefully put them back in touch with their true essence. Even trying to give language to the process is challenging. Self-love is a paradox. It involves being in communion with divine unconditional love and simultaneously realizing that because of free will, we have the ability to choose our individual thoughts, words, and actions together to either be in alignment with divine or not. And although the experience of oneness is bliss, we still have to function as fully human beings with the attendant diversions of emotions and reactions to the thoughts, words, and actions of others. Choice and responsibility are our birthright, and results show up in all aspects of our lives, most particularly in the state of our physical health. So here's my story about the art of radical self-love and how it is essential to healing and well-being in my life. It goes on a few tangents and meanders a little, but that's how stories are. In 2021, I gave a class at the Huntington Beach Center for Spiritual Living titled Radical Loving Self-Care. I created the class in gratitude for the successful healing experience I had had after being given a terminal diagnosis. I credit finding that healing path to the unwavering support of unconditional love from family and friends, all who helped keep me on a positive spiritual, mental, and emotional track that resulted in my physical healing. It's risky for a healthcare professional to share such a story, that I credit love for healing me. But I think it's helpful for others who hear the story to realize that just as there's more to life than news, weather, and sports, there's more to getting well than diagnostic tests, drugs, and surgery. Self-love is the underlying motivation for self-care, even if the practice of self-love is not discussed as such in medical treatment plans. Self-love goes beyond the desire for physical survival, which is an animal instinct. We are more than just thinking mammals. Human beings are conscious and sentient beyond innate animal behavior. Consciousness, which is arguably the fundamental state from which everything arises, is a scientific mystery. No currently accepted scientific theory can explain it unless you subscribe to quantum physics, which is in itself controversial. Yet I am sure it makes a contribution to our healing, because our bodies are not machines. If they were, then everyone with the same diagnosis and treatment plan would have the same outcome, and they don't. We are individuals, and we are beings contained in a unique bit of consciousness that is eternally linked to a collective consciousness. And that is because consciousness is energy, and energy cannot be destroyed, it can only be transformed. We can use the term collective consciousness interchangeably with unconditional love if we want to, because they have the same properties. They are limitless, infinite, selfless. They simply are everywhere, all at once. We can also refer to it as the Oversoul, the Source, or even God, which is a much shorter and easier term to use, but has some religious and cultural drawbacks. Any of those terms describe the ultimate source of creative energy. I practiced holistic nursing, which is a recognized specialty by the American Nursing Association. Holistic nursing recognizes energy healing as a valid treatment modality. The New Thought philosophy and holistic healthcare are both concerned with self-love. It is a basic concept in health and healing, although that again may not be stated outright. Both philosophies agree that humans are spiritual beings having physical experiences. Both profess the belief that there is something greater than ourselves that cannot be experienced with just our physical senses, and that something connects us all and is considered divine in nature. For the purpose of this talk, I want to reiterate that I consider unconditional divine love as synonymous with the energy of collective consciousness which connects everything. For materialists, you can allow unconditional love and energy itself to be understood as the same creative force. Sometimes I think of our physical bodies as a sort of biological spacesuit powered by consciousness. Together, our bodies and spirits can be considered terrestrial biological entities, individuations of the divine, animating a mammalian body that is subject to the laws of nature. What sets us apart from other animals is our unending quest for the meaning of life, self-awareness, and imagination. We have an inner theater of the mind that allows us to envision and mentally manipulate an infinite variety of possible situations and outcomes. This mental ability can manifest ease or dis-ease in our lives, depending on our direction of our storyline. The New Thought movement developed out of a growing interest in the healing results of hypnosis and the ability of the mind, specifically the subconscious mind, to correct health problems. New Thought encourages the reconciliation of spirituality and science by practicing step-by-step, spirit-centered mental techniques to produce measurable, repeatable, positive results in the physical world. Here's a little historical information tangent that greatly influenced my life. The holistic health movement in the United States began as an expansion of the health readings of the American mystic Edgar Cayce. Cayce was able to put himself into a deep hypnotic trance at will and tap into what he termed the universal mind to answer questions posed by his clients. The majority of questions regarded health challenges, and the answers included causes and treatments, and the treatments were often unusual but effective, and the causes sometimes had origins that were spiritual or mental and not purely mechanically physical. Casey would sometimes refer clients to specific healthcare providers for treatment, or treatments could be done in the home. In trance, Casey maintained the teaching, the spirit was life, mind was builder, and the physical was the result. Edgar Casey lived from 1877 until 1945. The founder of our philosophy, Ernest Holmes, lived from 1887 to 1960. They were, in effect, contemporaries. Edgar Casey did not refer directly to religious science, specifically in his readings or personal correspondence, but he did mention unity and divine science as being compatible with the healing philosophy of his readings multiple times. And we know that Ernest studied under Emma Curtis Hopkins, who was a guiding force for many spiritual teachers, including Charles and Myrtle Fillmore of Unity and the Brooks Sisters of Divine Science. Ernest was initially ordained a divine science minister, so that's how I connect Ernest and Edgar. Two of the founding physicians of the American Holistic Medical Association were Doctors William and Gladys McGarry. They used Casey treatments with their patients. Dr. Gladys McGarry recently transitioned at 103 years old and still had a limited practice in Arizona at that time. I'm sharing this background information to show the synergy that exists between spirituality and wellness. The force that animates the body is the same force that heals the body. And if we define God as unconditional love, and that love as the source of all energy, then it is divine love energy that maintains and heals our physical bodies. This divine love energy is not an outside force. It resides within all of us. In Reiki practice, it is termed life force energy. We can demonstrate its existence by doing a simple exercise. Bring your hands together, palms facing. Rub them together slowly and take a couple of deep breaths. Bring your hands to your heart and just breathe in and out and say softly, I love you, 3 times. Now just relax and sit normally. Well done. You have just improved the vibration of the entire planet by affirming self-love. That's a good exercise to do first thing in the morning, especially if you're looking at yourself in the mirror. It's a self-love practice that's easy and pleasurable. There's a Greek word, philautia, that means self-love, which is defined as unconditional self-acceptance and empathy and appreciation for oneself. It's funny that in English, the synonyms for self-love are behavioral traits that are undesirable: egocentricity, egomania, narcissism, self-centeredness, selfishness. But selfishness itself can be sacred when its intention is to pay attention to every aspect of our lives. If we are not for ourselves, who is? It does no harm to others to prioritize our well-being and to take good care of ourselves. As a matter of fact, sacred selfishness improves the world because we cannot fully love others until we fully love ourselves. We must recognize the divine within before we can honor it in others. The Hindu greeting Namaste illustrates that. Me first does not mean me only. Me first means my priority is to mind my own business before I consider attempting to mind my neighbors, and then only if they request the help. Radical self-love is both a motivation and a result of spirit, mind, body behaviors related to a radical self-loving care. I see it as the capstone of a pyramidal hierarchy of self-care actions, intentions, and attitudes. The blocks it sits on are parallel ascending steps to human development. They begin with being like a baby, with proper breathing, moving, eating, sleeping, growing. Next comes milestones of purposeful laughter, getting in touch with our subconscious mind through hypnosis or meditation or affirmations, and tapping into life force energy. On the next level, There are the twin supports to radical self-love, which are forgiveness and gratitude. An important way to encourage and express self-love is to take good care of our health. We don't need to wait until something terrible happens that prompts us to pay attention. We are better served by being proactive with a daily practice that engages our spirit, mind, and body in harmony and positive action. What does such a daily practice look like? Well, based on my experience, I can give you my information, but ultimately your practice is going to be as unique as you are. Your life is your story, and free will gives you the choice and its pesky counterpart, responsibility. I realize regular maintenance is annoying, and the older we get, the more maintenance it says we need. But I'm here to tell you from personal experience, autopilot is unreliable. Autopilot relies on our subconscious, which is suggestible. And if we are not proactive to run our subconscious, someone else will run it for us. Positive change is in our highest and best interests. I like change to be easy, pleasurable, and painless. Maybe your daily practice is working just fine, and for that, be grateful. Maybe it could use a little tweaking. Maybe it's kind of hit and miss because you're busy and you forget. Don't feel badly about that. Just renew your intention to fall back in love with yourself every day and make time to reconnect with the healer within. Here are some suggestions. Begin your day with saying thank you as you awaken. Look into your eyes in the mirror and affirm out loud you love who you're seeing there. Keep a journal. Write something down every day, and keep track of your goals and your wins to reinforce your progress. Breathe deeply and relax when you notice you're getting tense. And as an aside here, since there is a consciousness breathing meditation gathering here at noon, I encourage you all to participate. Invite life force energy to fill you and elate you. Use daily affirmations, use prayer, use meditation. Laugh every chance you get. A sense of humor is essential. Eat well, move your body purposefully. Pay attention and appreciate beauty and all of your blessings. Accept the love and support of your communities. Forgive yourself immediately and completely, and let it go. Self-love is a continuum. Don't let perfect get in the way of good. Rinse and repeat. I began writing what became my book just before the COVID pandemic began. The pandemic spread fear like wildfire all over the world. We need to counter that fear with a pandemic of love. FDR famously said, "We have nothing to fear but fear itself." Fear is an emotion relating to physical survival, and since we are spiritual beings, fear is unreal. Love is real. Love is eternal, and love cannot be destroyed. I feel I was inspired to write the book to provide a personal story about the miraculous power of self-love, and to encourage others to use their power of self-love to heal. Because we're all connected through the collective consciousness, what happens to one happens to all. We only have control over our own minds, though, but that's a wondrous ability. We can love ourselves back to health, and by doing that, we in effect participate in loving the whole world back to health. To quote Marianne Williamson, our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. And as we know, love and light are constant companions. Let us set an intention now to become part of a shower of embers of love to be used to ignite a wildfire of love throughout the world, in cooperation with others of like thought. My hope is that everyone has a reference on hand to remind them of their personal power and how to access it. My book is just one in an almost limitless library. There are many paths to wellness, and they are not in competition. They are complementary and they are cooperative. These paths may intersect and overlap and parallel and meander in their approaches, but they all lead to a common destination, which is the uplifting of humankind, and for that I am grateful. Radical self-love includes the belief that we can contribute to positive change and improve the world through acts of love, kindness, and compassion, beginning with ourselves. And so it is.
Thank you so much, Mary. Again, we do have her book, The Art of Radical Self-Love, available if you would like to take her home with you. All right, and then we should have our affirmation, yes? All right. I am continuously in the presence of unconditional love. I allow its healing energy to restore and refresh my entire being. I walk in the light now and always, in perfect health and am immune to negativity. All is well and I am safe. Oh, and so it is. All right, and so we enter into our time of conscious giving. If you want to take your gift, to just place it on your heart, whether that is a financial offering or just the essence of love. Knowing that there are several ways that you can give. There are envelopes in the back of the chair. There's also the QR code. You can do text to give. You can also mail checks into the office. Lots of different ways. Let's just say this affirmation together. I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. We just bless these offerings, knowing that they are pressed down and overflowing, that money is that essence of love in action. That love goes out to not only keep our lights on and our service going, but to bless this community and beyond. So we simply call it good, and so very, very good. As our abundance goes out, we know it comes back to us twofold and more. And so we just gratefully give with that heart of knowingness. And so it is. Beautiful, beautiful. This has been just a great service. Thank you again to our guest speaker today, Mary. As well as our guest artist. And it truly does take a village to make this service run. And so we want to thank everybody who was a part of it. And so we'll start with our ushers. I saw Pat and Madeline and Javon. I was like, who else was over here? Announcements were Marilyn. We had streaming tech with Gary and Diane. Sound was Chana. Who placed the sign today? That was Chana too. She's doing multiple things. Me as the practitioner. Children's Church. Give it up really loud. Good. Yes, if you would like to be a part of the service in any way and volunteer, we've got a sign-up sheet over here. Giving back in so many ways is just so important, and many hands really does make light work. So what are you taking away from our experience together today?
Joy.
Joy. Gratitude. Have you thought of happiness? Love.
Harmony.
What was that?
Harmony.
Harmony.
Self-care.
Self-care.
Unity.
Unity.
Yeah.
All right. Community too. All right. All right. I think we're ready for our kids to come in. We'll go ahead and play them in.
You want to tell them what we did today?
I feel happy.
Yes.
Rosa was also saying that we were looking at where God is, and God is everywhere. And do you want to tell them the two special things where you found God at your house?
I find it under my bed.
Tell
I
me the
find
refrigerator.
it under the bush.
Beautiful. And your affirmation, I know God is everywhere. Yes.
What's your God quality? Remember that? Look at here. What's your God quality?
I feel happy.
Okay.
Beautiful. Strong work. Strong work. All right. Please stand for our final benediction. Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It is called Embers of Love. It is called Embers of Love. It is called Happiness. It is called Radical Self-Care. I know it. I feel it. I sense it. Because I am it. And so it is.